Get the control unit.
I'll make this carousel move.
Herman. What the hell?
Relax.
I'm sorry about that show, Skip. At the Institute, you had so much anger in you. I just wanted to help you to get rid of it. A cold mind is what you need for our mutual success. Now everybody is alive and well. Isn't that wonderful?
He sold me out.
And he's atoned for it. You can trust him now. Don't be angry. A great cause needs a noble spirit. You don't want to ruin our little party, do you? It should have happened during the Alpha experiment at STALKER, if Faust hadn't made some alterations to our plan. But better late than never. Since Professor Herman replaced the control unit, the X network is in my hands. Neither the representative nor anyone else will be able to access it. After all these years, Project X will finally be completed.
So Dahlan decided to betray us.
You sound just like the Colonel. I'd say we all make mistakes, Yevhen. And those mistakes always cost someone their life. Especially when you choose your own empty hopes and dreams over the common good. Dmytro Dahlan stubbornly refused to believe that the representative was not his father, but only a program, and that sea consciousness was irrevocably dead, long gone. The same thing had happened to Valentin Dahlan, by the way. He was doomed as soon as he decided that his own utopian ideas were more important than the goals of Project X.
So finishing Project X has always been your goal?
It couldn't have been otherwise. Once upon a time, the Regulatory Board launched Project X to find the source of anomalous energy that would mark a new milestone in technological advancement. And we found it. This discovery is too valuable for humanity to end in nothing. It was always only a matter of time before we regained control of the anomalous energy. But we know how to be patient.
Would you mind telling me more about X Network?
The X Network was the most important element of our plan. A Psi-based infrastructure that connected all Project X devices and kept them functioning. Until the Noosphere Contact Group called themselves Sea Consciousness and seized control of the network. One mistake. And here we are, in the zone. After that, they used the X network for years, and even made adjustments to it. Created the monolith and agents, for example. But they made a mistake here too. They wanted an agent, but got Strelok instead. And he
killed them.
Ironic, isn't it? The tool they stole from us ended up killing them.
So the anomalous energy of the zone is finally under control? Just like you wanted?
Not while the link to the generators is severed. Only Alpha allowed remote access. But that's just a minor obstacle. will re-establish the link between the Foundation and the generators and claim the vacant board in X7. And that's how it will be.
What'll happen to the monolith and the agents of sea consciousness now?
In my view, the monolith wasn't the most successful sea consciousness experiment. They certainly fulfilled their purpose, but the notion of needing a new god to compel their loyalty made everything too complicated. Now, as for the agents, the finest among them weren't even aware they were agents. But that didn't stop them from carrying out their mission. Fascinating, isn't it?
Dr. Kaimanov doesn't think a single pod will be enough.
Kaimanov? That scientist who missed his chance to enter the 8th pod, thus granting us the opportunity to seize control of the anomalous energy? He's stuck in the past. You don't need 8 people to interface with the noosphere anymore. I alone am sufficient, along with the mediator in the pod, who will serve as an intermediary between the zone and the noosphere. The mediator is a human, but a unique one. They must have Class 5 Psi protection. It's a necessary requirement that cannot be ignored.
So, the mediator is Colonel Korshunov?
I knew you wouldn't permit us to experiment on your man, Colonel. That's why you were kept in the dark until the 11th hour, when the fate of the future and the lives of a few soldiers hang in the balance. I believe the choice is self-evident. Besides, that Psi protection saved your life at the Duga.
Your cigarette leaves no smell. None whatsoever.
And yet the flavor is exquisite, Yevhen. Have you forgotten it since our encounter at Circa? Regrettably, I can't offer you a smoke at the moment.
So what do you expect me to do next?
Professor Herman will fill you in on the details of our plan to restore the connection between the Foundation and the generators. I can only teleport you to the nearest bunker in the Dead Valley, Yevhen. The teleportation system isn't fully operational yet. It will take some time. So, remember to grab the experimental Project X suit. You've got the coordinates already. For now, we'll have to make do with older designs to make sure you're protected.
Going to see this through. I won't let my soldiers' lives be wasted. A mediator, then. An intermediary. That implies that all information from the noosphere will be flowing through me. Which means I'll know everything about the agents, too.
What'll happen to you when you enter the pod?
The same thing that happened to the Sea Consciousness members before Strelok gunned their pods down. But unlike them, I'll fulfill my duty and do the right thing.
How do you feel about this, Colonel?
My feelings are irrelevant. Only one thing matters.
I win. For years, I had to live with the burden of knowing I couldn't apprehend every one of them and protect the mainland from the zone's corruption. I couldn't trust anyone. They could all be wolves in sheep's clothing. I even envied Faust. At least he didn't have to doubt his own men. Now, I'm reclaiming control. I'll have the power to correct not just the mistakes of others, but my own as well. You've got your orders, soldier. Get it done.
Who could have thought it would all end just as it began? An admission? Bunker? You.
So, Your death was just an act?
An induced illusion. A warning to me. In a way, you did me a favor. I realized there's no way out, and there never was. Hazursky was right. At least he died for his convictions. He died free.
It's time to go.
You'll have to do the same thing in the second bunker. Find a workstation. Establish a connection. Talk to you soon. Receiving the data. You know what's funny? I assembled the control unit using Kalanchár's blueprints. Kalanchár used to work with Scar, and Strelok was the one who brought them to us. The irony is staggering.
You got what you wanted. Dahlan is finally out of your way.
I wanted to take his position, but she never permitted it. He wanted to uplift humanity, but that was never on their agenda. Dahlan was supposed to locate the artifact, the lock that sealed the zone. I was to assemble the control unit, the key to its heart. Your job is to open the door. And then, she'll go through it.
Who or what is Agatha?
What difference does it make now? She's bigger than any of us. Maybe even bigger than the people we're working for.
What do you mean? Who are these people?
The people who bankrolled Circa. And Project X before that. And God knows what else. They call themselves the Regulatory Board. The zone has always been a thorn in their side. No matter how hard they tried, they just couldn't control it. Until today.